Milwaukee. You know what that means? That means we love you, Milwaukee. You're listening to WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM, and you are tuned into The Check-In. I'm your host, Dr. Alisia Moutry, and I don't do it alone. I have a co-host. Who are you, sir?
Kweku Dr.Alisia.
And you know what? When we do the show, what do we typically do when we do the check-in? We do. What do? I'm asking you. Do you remember? We do. He says he's not doing it. Let me tell you what we do. We have an opportunity to lift every voice. And then between breaths, we create safe spaces mentally, physically, and spiritually. So excited. And before I start the show, we got to give out some props. Jermaine, we can't do it without you, baby. We can't do it without you. Clark Kent, who you with? Who you with over there? We can't do it without the guys in the audience in the background, making sure things are intact and in order. We appreciate that. And in the tradition of our show, we do two things. We always make sure we acknowledge our prayers and our permissions. We have been given permission by the ancestors to be able to speak, which is part of us being able to also get those prayers. And so with the prayers, we have been given permission with that. Our mother typically gives the prayers, and she has provided the prayer. She always does. One, that the show goes well. Two, that the listening audience may be able to provide and be able to be given some knowledge, some information that's going to be helpful and healing to them. Yes. And then she also prays for the host and the folks that are on the show to make sure that we are doing things that we need to do to make sure that the show goes well. Yes. And so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I'm going to do a tribute to the show. I got a person I want to tribute the show to today. And her name is, and it's going to be funny because a lot of people think they probably know what it is. I'm going to do today's show to a lady by the name of Marjorie Joyner. Mm-hmm. Marjorie Joyner was born in 1896. She was born in Virginia. She was the first Black graduate of Chicago A.B. Moeller Beauty School. Mm-hmm. She did that in 1916. Mm-hmm. So here's a question for you before I finish with her. Did anybody in this room happen to wear like finger waves and waves in your hair? I see a whole couple of people say, yeah, I did it.
Had the freeze wave.
She had the freeze wave. Well, back in 1928, she patented her permanent wave machine. And so what this did was allow multiple sections of your hair to be styled at once, so they're taking each strand. She did this invention, which was really great. In addition to that, she trained thousands of stylists for the National C.J. Walker Beauty School. So she not only kept her talent to herself, but she spread it with others. So when you think about hair, it becomes that visible expression of this is who I am. And this is where I come from. Mm-hmm. Hair is actually an art in the Black community. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that again. Mm-hmm. Hair is an art in the Black community. Mm-hmm. Hence, salons and beauty shops are not just service spaces, but they actually are community hubs. Yeah. They're community hubs where stories, healings, and wisdoms happen. And so today, I'm not going to do without further ado. Now, first of all, we've got Simmone Kilgore here. If Jermaine was here, he would give a big applause. So, I got to say, you've been to WNOV several times, but I have to say, this is two firsts. This is the first time you've been in the studio for 2026 for on the show. Yeah. And then, most importantly, this is your first time in on the check-in. Yes. Before we had another name. So this 2026, we are called the check-in. And so the title of today's topic, Simmone being here, being a licensed therapist, being a licensed stylist, we came up with this topic. And the topic this is something that she's been thinking about, something she's been writing about, and just kind of taking note on it, reflection on it. So the title is Behind the Chair, where hair, healing, and honest conversations meet. Yeah. Simmone, before we get into the topic, I just want to say welcome, and how are you doing today?
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone, and I'm grateful to be a part of the check-in with my brother and my sister this year. I am doing well. Yes. I feel blessed. I'm excited about 2026 and what it can bring. For the most part, new insight to how wellness can be a part of my everyday life.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm moving in that, and that's rewarding to give back to yourself. So I'm excited to share.
I love that. So, and you got to feel yourself so that you can be able to support others. So I love that. Well. So when I think about that topic, behind the chair, I got to jump in right away and just ask, what happened? What inspired that topic to come to mind?
All the years behind the chair. Years.
So how many? You got to give me specifics.
Oh,
now we're going decades.
We're getting
you're still young.
I don't know. When people ask, I'm always like, how many years? So I'm currently at Beauty Masters Salon that I've owned and been a practitioner and owner of, cleaner, repairer.
Just do it
So
all.
do it all.
Do it all.
All of
The
it.
Spike Lee.
All of it. This is our 21st year.
Awesome.
So we've been in that same location, God's will, for 21 years.
Got it.
And prior to that, I was in several other places throughout Milwaukee, but I've been licensed to do hair since 1996, 95, 96. And I started doing hair when I was
going to
around
say, when is the real start
Yeah,
date?
when I started, I was 8, 9
Because
years
we learn
old.
early, don't
Yeah,
we?
very
We always
early.
learn early.
My grandmother had me scratching her hair before she shampooed it. I had to take small partings. I had to do it, scratch her scalp diligently, thoroughly, and intentionally. So as a kid, everything that I did, my grandmother, my mother, my aunts were like, do it with intention. We washed the dishes with intention. You had to have a focused intention on what you were trying to accomplish. And so my grandmother would always say, don't play in my hair, baby. If you're going to take care of grandma's hair, take care of my scalp, take care of my hair, take care of the ends, take your time, learn how to shampoo correctly. So by the time I was an adult and went to school to do hair, my intentions was always to ensure that I was pleasing the person in my chair, in my presence. There's an energy that is exchanged between two people. You won't find a person that I've done in this city that will not tell you there's an energy exchange. They know it. I love them. They know I'm encouraged by them, influenced by them, interested. Did you hear me say interested?
Interested. Yeah. I heard you say that word.
Oh, that's a thing. We
It's
can
a
go
real
back
concern.
to it. It's a real concern to be interested in the people who you are taking care of.
Not just going through the motions is what you're telling me.
No, I think that's.
And we just talked about that. How you doing? I'm good. But when you ask, it's how you doing. And I would imagine even just feeling there's certain things that their hair, their body can tell you that they maybe can't even articulate. So you being in tune allows you to pick up on that.
Often I'm like, what's going on? Or how you doing? Or giving them the look. Do we need to move this around a bit? You need a little bit more privacy. Do you want just a hug? Do you want to be quiet today? Do you want me to be quiet too?
Yeah.
So you want to be in a space where you're intentional about what you're doing. And guess what? For each person that enters the space. So as the owner, I get to have that intentionality behind my chair. But I also have to have it with all the other chairs in the space. And for owners, I feel like that's a very important thing to know and to note and to be aware of. We have to take care of all the chairs and all the souls and all the people who want to share, who don't want to share, who come in heavy, who want to unburden there. That's the place for it, and we can handle the weight.
Okay.
That's what I also like to walk in with. We can handle whatever people bring. It ain't always fun times, but boy, do we have a good time at the salon.
I love it.
We have a good time.
So I want to go back just a little bit further, though. So I gave the introduction and I mentioned that you were a licensed stylist.
Yes.
I also know that you are a licensed therapist.
Yes.
And so you doing everything intentional, it led to this. And so how did you go from this 21 years as being a hairstylist and then now being a therapist? So I'm curious on how did that lead to being a licensed therapist? And then how long have you been doing that as well?
Oh, it's crazy. So I kind of knew as a kid that I was attracted to helping people. I did not understand it. I was overwhelmed all the time.
Healer.
Just natural.
It's a gift.
As a kid, me and my mom watched Lady Sings the Blues or Mahogany, and I was crying all the time. And she would always say anything. I cry all the time about people on the playground or whatever. And it was always, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I was crying because other people were hurt. Not necessarily because I was. True empath. Didn't know what to do with it. My great mentor, Dr. Juliet Martin Thomas, who I
say that name again.
Dr. Juliet Martin Thomas, Dr. Juliet Martin Thomas,
living legend in the city.
Living legend. She also is my mentor, but she also is my client.
Yeah.
So I cut her hair every 3 weeks. She comes in. She's been dropping knowledge and jewels. I probably have been doing her hair almost 20 years, if not more. And I would say to her, I'm really struggling with this, struggling with that. And she said, you're a carrier. And what you have to understand is carriers are necessary. in the world. And I said, I don't know what to do. I grieve for people who have committed heinous crimes.
Yeah.
I was grieving for them, the person that they had harmed, their family members, the community, but also the person that violated another. I didn't know what to do with it. And she said, everybody deserves somebody who cares.
Yeah.
And carries
Yeah.
that empathy, that compassion, that love, that understanding. Even if you don't understand, Simmone, you could still get in there and say, I feel what you feel, and I don't quite understand your actions, but I can be there with you. And so she taught me valuable lessons over the years. But there was a yearbook that my ex-husband found years ago when I was in the 6th grade. And I had wrote in that yearbook that in 10 years, I'd be a salon owner and a therapist. Forgot that I wrote it. I don't even remember writing it. It was from my 6th grade yearbook. And people had signed. And the area where it says, where will you be in 10 years?
Yes.
I put a salon owner and a therapist. Didn't even know what it all would entail. Don't even remember writing it, but there's the power. When I talk to people about journaling, writing, verbalizing, guess what, Doc? I'm about to lose weight this year and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to look good.
Put it in the air. Put it in the atmosphere.
There, right?
Yes.
Because that thing comes back to you.
I love
it. It just comes back to you. And so I'm a true believer in it. And I have testament, not just that, but many others, that when you put it out there, it comes back to you.
Yeah. So before we get into another question, I just want to make sure we invite the listening audience. If you have a call in at 414-444-5250. If you've got any stories or thoughts about your beautician, your beauty shop, and you've got things that you've learned behind the chair or being in that chair that you've been able to talk about, feel free to call. And speaking of callers, I think we got a caller right now. Thanks for checking in with us, caller. Do you have a comment or a question?
This is Rick calling from Germany.
Hello,
Rick.
Hey.
And I would like to say hello to your guest.
Hello.
I would like to say that diet is critical to how you feel as well as how you look. What you put in your body affects how your hair grows. And I'm speaking as a man who is ingesting a lot of pork here in Germany. My hair is not the best. My skin is not the best. I just want to say thank you for what you do for helping brothers and sisters take better care of themselves.
Yeah,
thank you for taking my call.
Yes, thank you for
we appreciate you. It's such a faithful listener, Rick. We really appreciate you calling all the way in from Germany. And Simmone, I don't know if you have any comments or thoughts that you'd like to.
I love that he talked about that, because nutrition is a key component to wellness. And we know without proper nutrition, proper hydration, your body just does not respond to the natural things it wants to do. Glowing skin, healthy taste buds, eyes that are not cloudy but clear, and of course, hair growth. The recycling of cellular, your cells that create what we want in terms of newness and wholeness and healthiness. So aging is a thing. So the more that you eat properly, take care of your body, the healthier your hair will be. That is true.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right.
No, I think when I'm hearing you talk, I always get a little, I get closed mouth, because I've seen you in action, and I've seen you with my children. I've seen you do my daughter's hair, and I've put my other children in other people's hair. And so when you talk about the love that's cultivated inside of there, I don't just hear a person talking, but it's like in my mind, I'm going back, reliving, not how they just looked when they left because they looked beautiful, but because of how they felt inside. So when I hear you talk about being so passionate, being so concerned, intentional about behind the chair, I see that in action. So it's like I get caught up being a host by going back into my own memory. Dr. Julia Martin-Thomas had told you something. She said you had the gift. When she talked to you about that, that's always the one I'm always thinking about. What was it specifically that she saw in you, understanding you were an empath, but just said, you not only have this gift, but you have to go flourish it. You have to get it and then share it in other ways with the people.
Yeah, she knew what she saw in me. She said to me one time, I'm wondering, does she remember this? I got to ask her. She said, you hear more in the salon than I hear in my private practice.
Oh, wow.
This was she probably told me this about 15, 16 years ago. And I said, huh, Doc? And she said, you hear more. She said, I watch you. And people pull on you and they'll say, Simmone, I got to tell you this. Even other people's clients want to tell me something.
Yeah.
And so I recognize that as a gift. At first, I was a little like, not wanting to upset other people, not wanting to think that I'm a guru for listening, just wanting to stay in my lane. But if people feel like they can lay something before you, thank you. Ooh, I'm humbled even talking about it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And so she saw that. And that people want to share with me because they know that I hear them. Sometimes I have solutions. I'm interested. I really am interested in their stories and how they perceive themselves. I want people to walk out feeling great. So leading me back to, as a kid, my mama went to the shop every 2 weeks. And whether we were struggling financially or not, she could
going
go
to the shop.
Because Lottie, one of my mentors, Miss Punk, your cousin, we call her Miss Punk, but out of respect, Miss Mary. They were my mentors, like watching them. And my mom could go in the salon. The salon changed lives. People walked out feeling different.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And I was absolutely attracted to
different,
that.
feel different.
I thought it was the hairstyle. But what I ended up learning as an adult is there's healing in those places. There's connection.
Come on.
There's a rebirth that can happen. There's a drop
Therapy
that thing off
everywhere.
here. It does.
Ooh.
Drop that thing off here,
the
sis. You don't need to pick it up. Or, bruh, you're not by yourself. There's plenty of brothers. I got space for the brothers too. It's plenty of space for us to
you dropping some nuggets. I'm like, you're talking about a stylist, therapist. I'm starting to hear pastor, but let me hold on. We got to check in with a caller right now. Caller, you got a comment or a question? Thanks for checking in with us.
Hi, my name is Shanetta.
Hi, Netta.
Hi. So Simmone is my beautician.
I can hear it in your voice already. You hear the proudness.
My beautician, my sister, love her to pieces, my twin when we're out together. I just really love coming to the shop because I will come to the shop and don't even need a haircut. But it's just knowing that the love that I'm going to get or receive or give being in the shop every time I go, every 2 weeks. And she'll say, Nana, what we doing? Because you don't need a haircut. But I need the presence of my sisters every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's like a, you know how people are like, oh, I'm going to the club. No, I'm going to the shop. And we have a good time. Yeah. We laugh, we cry, we pray, we do all the things.
We laugh, we cry, we pray, we celebrate. We at each other's family funerals, babies' graduations.
It's a relationship, right?
It's a family.
I'm in so many families.
That's beautiful. And I can tell while you're talking, caller, you're smiling and feeling emotional. I can feel it through the line. I really do.
Yes. I literally just came from a volunteering event and I listen to 860 all day, every day. I'm probably the youngest listener, but I listen all day, every day, and I heard my own voice and I'm like, oh, let me call in because I love it. I love listening to it.
I love it. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate that. And then thank you. And just making sure I keep up with what's happening in the chat. We got Jaquita Brown. They said we're having a good time at the shop listening right now. So Beauty Masters, they listening in right now. So I mean, it doesn't stop. It's a family. So I think it's about time that we actually take a break. Time just goes so fast when you're having fun. But you know what? We just appreciate you checking in with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't check out. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. Man, we missed you. You're listening to The Check-In, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. I am your host, Dr. Alisia Moutry, and I'm joined by my brother, my real blood brother, Dr. Kweku. And we are not in the studio alone. Today we have Simmone Kilgore, and the topic that we're referring to today is Behind the Chair, where hair, healing, and real conversations meet. Simmone is a licensed stylist, a licensed therapist, and I almost gave her the title of minister, but I had to take that back because she was preaching some words before we left for break. Yes, she is a healer, absolutely. And so speaking of that, thinking about being a healer, do you mind talking a little bit about, as you are sitting behind the chair, there's a lot of emotional things that are happening here that maybe a lot of people don't know about. I would love for you to share maybe some of those things.
Yeah, so I mean that's a lot. So let me just say that there's always something happening. There's some pre-energy that happens sometimes in text messages or phone calls that I get. There's an urgency. There's some people who aren't really in the, you know that something is off. Even sometimes by a text message or the way that they schedule me, Jaquita, Latoya, and Taylor, those that are in the salon, we talk about this often, how not to take offense to things because people are going through so many things and we don't quite always understand the verbiage or the message that's being sent. And so how we respond is key to getting that person in, to ensuring that they like what we do, to ensuring that we are treating them with love and kindness and respect, and understanding that life deals people different things. So we know not just sometimes from them walking in or sitting in a chair, sis, but sometimes just how they reach out to us. Wow. By the time they get to the space, there is an energy exchange. They are looking to see what my mood is, where I'm at. Am I able to discuss this thing? Can they safely lay these things at our feet? Can they share this information with us? Is it just a good time? Sometimes it's just a good old hooting and hollering, stories, laughing right? To our bellies hurt. Good time. Or let me tell you what happened since I've been back from my trip.
Let me catch you up.
Let me catch you up. That's the wonderful thing about it. We can't wait to hear the next time, Right. So there is an energy exchange. There's information that people share. And like I say, even in therapy, there's a lot of things that people don't share that is still very present. I'm really good in that space. Yeah. I can now say, used to be a time I wouldn't talk about gifts and talents. And my mom always told me to be very careful of that because they don't belong to me and they're not from me. So if I'm giving gifts and talents, it's okay for me to brag about that. It's okay for me to say
use it.
Appropriately use it.
From above.
It's given from above. It doesn't belong to me. And how dare I dim it?
Yeah.
How dare I not share it?
And you got evidence that it is that.
I got evidence. I got enough clients.
You got receipts.
I got people still wanting to come. And I like to say that too.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm still good at what I do. I'm good at the craft. I love to learn. I can learn anything I want to do. And so that keeps people coming back, a fresh take on being a stylist. I can do old school. I can do new school. I cut men, women, Asian, white, black, Puerto Rican, everything in between.
You just do it
all hairstyles I can do, and I'm good at it. And so, I'm okay saying that.
I have a question for you, because I know as a therapist, some days I'm like, oh, I can't go in because my energy is not good. I don't want to bring this to anybody. Now, as a hair salon owner and a person there, have you ever had to say, I can't come in, or I had somebody in the chair where I'd be like, we can't work like this. We got to do something before I let you work on the client? Is there any time where you say we have to take some time away because of what we're feeling?
I can honestly say there should have been some times where I said, Simmone, you can't do it today.
Yeah.
I have never canceled on a client based on my own mental health needs, and never.
Yeah.
I adjust and I go in, or I front. I'm gonna just be honest. Or I front and I get through the day.
All of us.
I've never pulled back based on that. I've not been in if I had COVID. But that's probably it.
Yeah.
But what about the reverse though? What about if in fact someone comes and sits in your chair and you're feeling just some type of something different? Have you ever had to just pause that?
Yeah, sure. Those appointments take hours. Other clients got to kind of understand. I have to say, just give me a few minutes, please. I could touch that person and say, I got you. I'm with you. Let me get you started. I'm working through something. Or they know. They just, it happened last week. There was a situation, and I can be honest, I was doing a sister maybe for like the third or fourth time. She had recently had a really scary medical diagnosis.
Yeah.
She doesn't know me well, but knew me well enough to say, this is what I'm going through. Do you know anybody else going through it? And if so, can you get me connected? That's how much she knew about me after the 4th visit.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I hugged her. We cried together. We prayed in the moment. Now, the rest of the salon is doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
They laughing, talking, chopping it up, doing hair, exchanging money, setting up appointments. We having a private moment in an open space, right? Because we don't have suites.
Yeah.
We open like old school. We don't have a TV. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. So we commune, we conversate. And I knew as a little girl, I was attracted to the murmurings in the salon. The people who pulled people away I can see it. If you see me looking up, I'm looking at it. You know, to those that was laughing, cracking up, praying, to those that was pulled off in the side and they was having a little private conversation, you know? And so we had that, and I hugged her and I told her I got her. I do know these women who have gone through this. I know this one, this one, this one. Let me call them tonight. I called that night. They gave me permission. I exchanged numbers. That person on the same day has numbers to 3 other sisters with the same diagnosis. And that's how they work.
Okay, that's why I support.
There we go. So speaking of numbers, let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. We'll probably do it another time. But if someone is interested in seeing you on the beautician level, the beauty, or seeing you as a therapist, how could they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So I'm getting ready to get ribbed for this, but I don't care. I use the same number for all things.
Okay.
Because I don't want to carry 3, 4, 5 numbers. I do 3, 4, 5 things.
That's okay.
And
how
so
can we get in touch with you?
One number.
All right.
414-975-9300.
Say that again.
414-975-9300. I've had the same number since Sprint opened in 1990 something, and it's the same. I've never changed my number.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, I've had it since 1998.
That's good and bad. I know some people got that number.
Because sometimes you don't want people to have that number anymore. But that's a whole nother story.
Be careful who calls.
Memories. But anyway, I got to talk about I see a call on here. Kelly Felder. She talked about this conversation is bringing up so many memories. So many memories. There was another one on here that this was. Yep. Thank you. That's the one I want to see. It's Pay Pulse 9576. Every time I sit down in the salon chair, it feels like 10 pounds are lifted before the service is completed. By the end of the service, you are guaranteed to leave Beauty Master full, and full is all capital. So you talk about your receipts. Again, when you think about somebody coming and saying something like that, you're guaranteed to feel full. And that kind of goes back to the question you were asking. Sometimes I don't feel like being able to give my all, but I pull it to the side and for the people, I do it.
It's the things. There's days that we all walk in and we're heavy. We have loss. We have medical issues. Sometimes I didn't sleep good, or I've had some heavy clients in therapy, right? Or I'm doing something in the community. So I can walk in the salon and people say, hey, Mom, and that energy right there. Walking in, seeing smiling faces. I'm always looking at the floor or the chair to see if it's something I need to clean. And then other times I look up and I say, thank you, God. That right there alone, thank you. It's still intact. The doors are fine. The lights come on. The water gets hot. Everything is fine. It's workable. People are going to leave out feeling great. Everything is good, Simmone. And then I can take off any angst that I feel and get right into the mix. There's always a conversation I'm pulled into immediately, or I can hear some stuff. But the energy that's the one thing about being in business so long and contemplating how much longer do I go physically, spiritually, and having the mental capacity, which is a thing, to stay open 20 plus years, brick and mortar. I talk a lot about Black women who have their own businesses, and we doing it in Milwaukee. Go Black business owners, Black History Month, you rock, okay? We doing it. But I also say, talk to people like me who have had brick and mortar responsibility for more than 5 years, for more than 1 year, for more than 6 months, for more than 10 years. And we can do some exchanging. Y'all can teach me some new stuff. Because I don't do really good with advertising. I don't have a specific Facebook page. I don't do a lot of advertising for Beauty Masters. I don't have any cards. I don't have any commercials.
Word of mouth when you're good is all you need.
I have always been word of mouth. Always had people wanting to get in that I can't fit in. Always had people walk out of the salon and somebody say, girl, I got so many compliments last week. I got so many people wanting to get in your chair. I told them my entire career has been blessed That's why I know I can say this and be confident and don't care what nobody think about me.
Well,
in
when
that
you say
realm.
stuff like that, I look at this more than just a job. It's a mission. It's a calling. I remember I saw my sister do a play about 15 years ago called We Are the Drums.
Yeah.
But they talk about the story of the drums, how we told stories through our ancestors, told stories through the drums. But then you think about our hair, we talk about how artistic it was. Those were maps and things of that nature. So when you're doing hair, do you feel something from the ancestors on the call where you can feel, like you talk about the follicles changing, but the DNA, something awakening when you do hair? What is that experience
I'm
like?
a person that's conscious of that everywhere I go and anything I do. You should see me cook.
Yeah.
I feel my grandmama and them, right? So when we are doing hair, yes, I'm reminded of how my grandmother said, oil my scalp and rub it in, babe.
And don't play with it. She told you don't play with it.
We know it was a map for us. We know that we hid messages in our hair. We know it's part of our escape route. We know it's a part of our beauty. We know that's why we're mostly hated. We can be natural. We can have relaxers. All the debates people want to have. If your hair is red, if it's short, if it's long, if you should do weave or not. I don't care nothing about none of that.
Yeah.
I want the person who is wearing the style, who has the coat, who is deciding how they're going to look today and the image they want to project. I want them to project what feels good to them. So there's no debating with me about weave, color, cuts, natural versus relaxed. I don't even get into it and I don't let nobody pull me into it. I know that I feel our ancestors. And when I look at pictures like I did as a kid and now, Ebony, Jet, and Essence was in every Black home I grew up in. I only saw beautiful Black images in my life. My mama kept her fro tight. My auntie kept her straight. My grandmother had a relaxer and she had that roller. I had to roll her hair tight. We had to use the blue Lotta body in the set and look like we had to use that bergamot on their scalp and rub it in. So I grew up in an environment where if I smell hair now, it triggers, the psychological triggers brings me back to a really warm, safe place like baked bread.
I was thinking of Mama Days in the hot iron on the stove. We come in, you can smell her doing somebody.
And it was a ritual, and it wasn't just by chance. Every Sunday, Saturday night. Saturday night. So that I could prepare for Sunday to be prepared.
Flats had to be in Saturday night because Sunday morning you was getting up before Sunday school. Had to be dry. Had to get pressed. You better be still. You might go to church with that burn mark, right? But them bangs was busted.
Oh my goodness!
You was going to church with them nice bangs.
Wow. Yeah. Simmone, time always goes so fast when you're here, but I just have to say this: bless people. And you are blessing people with the service that you are providing. And I'm so happy to have you here. And believe it or not, listening audience, it's time for a break. So don't go anywhere. I want you to stay here. Continue to listen to the check-in. 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We'll be right back after the break.
Oh, speaking of Black history, we must we always tell people there are certain things you can change through lifestyle change, and there are certain things you can't. And one of the things you can't change is your nationality or your race and
your genetics.
And we were taken out of our country, put on the ship, and brought to America. And the slaves that survived were the slaves that were salt retainers, because the other ones died of
dysentery,
dehydration, whatever. So when we got to America, we made it with other slaves. And it's not, some of us do, but it's not that we eat too much salt. It's just that we're more salt resistant. We should eat less salt
because our bodies are much more sensitive to it.
That's it. Yeah. Our bodies are, and it ain't our fault.
Right. And
it always gets back to slavery. And we say it all the time, but it always gets back to slavery.
And it may not be our fault, but we still have to do something about it, right?
But if you don't know it,
Exactly.
if you don't know it and you go to the doctor and the doctor go, you African Americans, y'all blood pressure's so high. You know,
excuse me?
It's an insult.
That's what I'm saying.
When he said you people, excuse me?
And then that makes you feel some kind of way.
Oh, sure.
And
well,
then,
it makes you feel like you want to hurt somebody too.
Well, and
So.
you feel like, well, I got it anyway. But no, because we've taken how many blood pressures in the community, and a lot of time men, they really get more defeated quicker than the women do when their blood pressures are high, because men fixate more on numbers than women do. Yeah, y'all want to know the number. What's my number? What's normal?
Ain't gonna do nothing but tell me the number.
Want to know the number.
You know why?
Why?
So we at the barber shop.
So you can talk, man, let me tell you what my numbers is.
Statistically correct when I'm having this conversation. That's one of the processes of you walk up, Brenda, how you doing? And Brenda pulls out her medical chart. This is the process when you get older. Keith, how you doing? Well, and then we tell you. I'm like, dude, I don't really want it.
I didn't really want all of
history.
that.
This was more of an esoteric question.
Yeah.
Like,
just how you doing?
How
like
you
being
doing?
kind, right?
I
Good
mean,
to see you.
Oh man, I tell the story, man. I went to. That's why I don't go to Super Bowl parties. And these brothers talked 30 minutes about gout. I know my boy listening. I was going like, there's a game.
But my
they're arguing about it. I'm like, come on, man.
Which is different to everybody. Every personal
and
gout is different.
And it's painful. It's bad. It's painful.
What about, we hear this term, congested heart failure.
Mm-hmm.
What is the definition of congested heart failure?
It is truly congestive heart failure when your heart is not pumping effectively, and your heart on the left side, it pushes all the blood out, and it does it so forcefully. But if things aren't working properly, because the blood got to come back and go into the lungs, your heart and into the lungs and come back out, you can get where you get extra fluid. The heart is not functioning
and it's
properly.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Check-In. 2020-26. We called ourselves The Check-In. Again, we're here today. My name is Dr. Alisia Moutry. My co-host, Dr. Kweku, is on with us, and he has brought on, we have brought on, I guess, Simmone Kilgore, and we're talking about behind the chair, where hair, healing, and real conversations meet. And so we are blessed to have Simmone here. She is not only a licensed stylist, but she's a licensed therapist. And one of the questions I couldn't wait to ask you is, when you're sitting in the chair and you're hearing your clients, I'm curious, how do you balance between this is just good listening and healthy living, healthy hearing and listening, having empathy for that, versus now these clients right now, I'm talking to you, you may need some professional support, some professional therapy. How do you balance between the two?
I don't do well at it. Let's just be real. I don't do so great at it because part of my training in the salon has been to learn how to listen attentively. I remember when I started grad school at Alverno, a program that Dr. Juliet started and was intentional about bringing to Alverno a master's in community psychology. The dean of students said, you really have that down packed. You attentively listen. You listen to what people say, listen to what people don't say, watch their body language. All of that matters to me, every bit of it. Sometimes I drive the other stylists crazy. Like, did you see how they walked in? Did you see how they tilted their head? Did you see them not respond? The way she walked out was, and so sometimes I get on people's nerves, but I pay attention to all of it. And so I don't know that I'm able to make a great distinction between being a hearer or a listener. I am doing way better at not always trying to, provide solutions to people's issues. Sometimes they just want you to hear them, Simmone, and be quiet. And I struggled with that for years. I'm doing way better at it, and I'm going to get even better at it. But for the most part, people come to me, probably 70% of the folks that tell me something, probably 75% to 80% tell me because they know I have a resource. I can say Doc knows, or Dr. Alisia knows, or how about let me call them for you, or this place does woo, 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 woo. I can't see you, but I'm in the Black Clinicians of Milwaukee network, and this is what we do. We throw this out and you can get the help you need. So that is a constant, everyday grocery store, salon, anywhere I'm at, I'm giving people resources to get help that they need to heal and live better. So all the time.
Let me ask you this, because it's just the opposite. Because I think so many times when I do therapy, I'd be like, okay, we use a lot of archaic systems, and I don't even know if this is really healthy for the people that we do. What are some of the things that you've learned as a hairdresser where you said this is actually more beneficial in this space, and I will use that?
Sometimes you talk about my nephew that just was there. You said washing his hair.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just beneficial. Like your son came in, didn't necessarily need or wanted a certain style we couldn't provide because of the length of his hair, but he still was able to get a therapeutic shampoo that he'll never forget. And for a young boy, adolescence, changing his, finally getting into, I want to smell good, I want to look good. When boys start changing, that's a really interesting thing to introduce them to.
Oh, no doubt.
What does it feel like to be serviced in that way and to walk out knowing my scalp is clean, therefore my hair is healthy, it feels good, it's relaxing, and I can walk out with this esteem. That's what it's about. Black folks get their hair done, we walk a little different. A brother with a fade, you can't say nothing.
And he ain't
to
putting
him.
that hat on that he had on.
Say,
It could be a brand new hat. You ain't putting it back on.
It's a healing component to just being in the space. My hair feels good. It's bouncing. Our clients leave. Sometimes I'm looking at their work and I'm like, y'all, that was beautiful. I can say that to the sisters in this line. That's beautiful, Taylor. Toya, you braided the heck out of that. Like,
shout out to Toya.
Shout out to Toya, Queen Taylor. Like, I can say to them, that's beautiful work. And we say that to each other. We know when we've done that thing, when it's beautiful and glowing.
Sometimes Toya do too good a job, because the little girl who I seen into the shop become a little too grown of a woman when she leaves.
She's just feeling herself, is what they say.
Parents, they getting ready to change. Like, we see the change. She was in the mirror today. After her appointment, they went to the bathroom. They was back there for about 25 minutes. They ain't doing nothing.
Taking pictures, right? Hey, so speaking, you've seen so many people. What are like some of the common themes of people as far as we talk about hair, healing, and then those serious conversations? Are there some
medical issues for me have been top of the line for concerns? Medical diagnosis, medical medicine, certain medicines affect hair growth, the health of the hair. people aging, women aging, men aging. Some of my male clients that are losing hair have balding spots. Hair is getting thinner or straighter. Mom, what can I do about this? You think I should color it? You think I should woo, woo, woo? So those concerns as folks age and their hair changes, that's a real, they want to trust somebody, and somebody who can be honest with them, and somebody who can share with them, you beautiful anyway, and this is where we at in life, and what can we do with what we have right now. And then there's other things that I do that are alternatives to ensuring that they still feel and look as great as they deserve to. And so that's when we bring in other things, other enhancements, colors, weaves, processes, things like that, taking them from relaxer to natural or vice versa, giving a cut that's really impactful and looks full and healthy and lively, talking people through the process as I change, because everybody is fighting to still be young. Everybody is fighting for that.
So we got an expert on here now. I just want to know.
Oh, you got a personal question?
Yeah, I got a personal question. Does barbecue sauce, what kind is it?
No,
Hickory?
No,
Hickory.
No, sir.
Go ahead and tell the story,
No,
Jermaine.
sir.
Quick, come on.
No,
Listen.
sir.
Y'all don't believe me, but I'm trying to tell you.
What you put it on your scalp?
Listen here.
You oil your scalp
Listen.
with it?
No.
Let him tell it. Let him tell. Come on, Jermaine.
I didn't oil it. I didn't put it on my head. I consumed it.
I need some of that hickory sauce.
And listen, this is the honest to God truth.
I ain't lying.
I'm not joking.
You have to put your hand down. You
I'm
got your right
serious.
hand, bro. He got his right hand
I'm
up like in the
serious.
court of
because
law.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. Listen,
Okay.
I had cut my locks, right? And you know, I love barbecue, so I
Come on,
barbecue
and
like
Lori's.
crazy. And Lori.
Give us some hope.
Listen, this honest to God truth. I was eating the hickory barbecue sauce,
Come on.
and I felt this tingle. Like I'm not joking.
Well, it is acidic. Let's talk about what's involved in. Listen, I'm gonna break it down for you, science
break
wise.
it down for me.
What's involved? What's in an ingredient? A major ingredient in barbecue sauces is the vinegar, which is an acid, which is like apple cider vinegar. The acid in there will cause you to have tingling in your cells, your hands, your arms, because it's acid. It's like sucking on a lemon or drinking.
So you like, getting that.
So you might be able to equate the opening up of some cells based on the
follicles.
acid or
Those follicles kind of open.
But I wouldn't say hair growth.
Well, what about salt water?
No, neither.
Oh,
Okay.
I just wondering.
But I will say this: more water helps with growth. Anything you're doing to open up the what I'm thinking about is cellular. Your cells opening up and being able to receive is a positive. It opens up the follicles. It cleans. Sometimes it's cleansing and can clean some things out. I had never heard and am not saying that hickory barbecue sauce is gonna make your hair grow.
Do not leave this check-in station saying we're going to buy some hickory barbecue
I
sauce.
believe you, Jermaine. I'm going to get some.
Don't start drinking it. And
Get you some salt.
if your stomach
be
open up
intentional with it.
differently too,
Oh.
because of all the acid. That's all Jermaine.
That's a
and
whole
not
nother.
salt. Okay, because that ain't nothing but some, vinegar.
Okay. Well, speaking of things that people talk about that are like myths about hair, are there other things? Because you like right now you just put some things out here to kind of, I don't know, Jermaine.
There's
to kind
so
of
many myths. You know, Black folks, we come from a long line of what will work, right?
Yes.
We know if we mix this together and mix that together. I tell everybody, do what you do. And if it works for you, let's make it do what it do.
Yeah.
I don't have any, foolproof methods. I know when you get your hair done on a regular basis and the shampoo alone,
Cleaning.
the cleaning, the massaging of the scalp, the follicles, the blood flow, the blood flow. If you felt tingling, you probably felt blood flow. It could be that the stuff was too hot and turned your stomach up. I don't know.
No. So you know how, like when you wash your hair with
the
the
shampoo
stimulates.
the stimulation.
and that feeling that you feel in your pores that is
That's
opening
what you
up.
felt from the hickory barbecue.
I'm telling you, I felt.
Okay.
So you still
All in my
you
pores.
still eating it?
Oh yeah, I eat hickory. Hickory dickory dock.
Say, look at the proof, Jermaine.
Hey,
Say, look
listen
at the
here.
proof.
Well,
I'm telling you,
Kweku, maybe
truth.
I think we should do an experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
No,
Simmone. We're gonna see how good she is for real.
But if it grows and you happen to get the George Jefferson,
come
Simone's
on,
gonna do.
man.
Do you have to tell the truth sometimes to clients?
all the time.
They say, you know what, it's just time. Do you,
all the
go.
time, all the time. And I guess it's a craft. It's a craft. You just say, babe, you beautiful anyway. Let me show you how nice you look this way. And that what we're hoping for from when you were 20 probably won't be the same. But what we can do while you're 40 is maintain a healthy head, scalp, that kind of thing for you. And ensuring that, we do talk a lot about diet, exercise, and eating right, eating healthy, all that kind of stuff, because we know it aids us.
Right. Well, that time is going so fast. I got to give you your last words that I would love for you. So when you think about people leaving your chair, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, what are your hopes that people get when they leave your chair?
I'm always still, this is so interesting, because I thought about it last night. I'm always still so hopeful that they love it and they want to return back. Even with years of having people returning and people saying, I want to get in your chair, and people saying, I love what you do, I'm still so sometimes people will say, oh, Mon, it looks good, I'm done. But I don't stop combing it or shaping it or styling it until I like it, which is a thing. I have to like it first. So sometimes folks is like, it's good, why you still? Or I don't need the mirror, that my clients won't look in the mirror, whatever. They trust me. But I take care of their hair until I like it. And so that's one thing about it. They know when they leave my chair, I think I've done a good job. I say, well done.
You put that stamp of approval
I say, well
on it.
done, right? And if it's well done and you like it, we both win. We both win, because I feel satisfied and they feel satisfied. And to me, there is no greater feeling than when I see my clients leave out and I look at their hair, I'll be like, oh, that's bad. I love it.
If I say so myself,
It reminds me like when people go to church and they be like, oh, I feel good. They say, what the preacher say? I don't know, but I feel good. That's like the beauty side. You can't articulate it, but you just know that you feel good.
I love it when they feel good and they feel heard and encouraged and they can go on about their day. I love it.
Wow. Well, as always, Simmone Kilgore, we love you. And we are so happy that you took time to come here today. And we've learned a lot from what you've listened to behind the chair. You're listening to The Check-In. My name is Dr. Alisia Moutry. I'm with Kweku. And we just love you, Milwaukee. And we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Come check in with us.
Yeah.